Hello. Agent got support a while ago. So first of all, we have the combos. And there's actually only one main combo. And that depends on if you have Eatos. Eatos, Hyperion, basically the same. Majesty Hyperion. Or Venus. So those are the three options. And with Eatos you end on a extra monster. It's also possible that you don't have Earth, then you can still go for Halqifibrax. You can mill Earth, for example, with Moon. And thanks to Herald of what is Herald of Pure Light, we used Black Spreader Zombie twice, so we had it under the Herald, but then it's not going to get banished, of course. That's the way we could use it twice and replace 2 cards from our hand with this end board. So we invested 4 cards and we end on Halqifibrax, Fleur Hyperion that can banish a monster and it activates effect. Appaloosa with 2 negates, Arclight, Omni Negate, and of course that continuous effect that monsters are sent from the hand or deck to the graveyard are banished, so that's pretty strong. You can also end on Fleur instead of Arclight, but because of that continuous effect, Arclight is a bit better as an interruption, especially because we can protect them. And we have Lost Sanctuary that's also an imperm every turn, and when we activate it, then we can set a spell trap that lists Sanctuary in the Sky. That means we can set a follow-up play. It's also possible if you play Divine Punishment that you set Divine Punishment. Sure, you cannot use it that turn, but on the next turn, so you can seal the deal with that card. So the opponent is going to summon a monster, tries to swing over something, but that is Pluto is a quick effect Book of Moon. As long as we have Sanctuary on the field or in the graveyard, we have it in the graveyard. Also Lost Sanctuary counts as Sanctuary, so if we have that active and the other one not, so it got decode or something like that, then this also counts as Sanctuary as long as it's on the field or in the graveyard. With Lost Sanctuary, unlike with other cards, usually if you activate a continuous trap card, then you can immediately activate the effects. For example, if you activate Witch, then you can use it and destroy a monster or card. But since Lost Sanctuary has an actual effect when it's going to activate itself, and that's setting a card, means that you cannot use the other effect. Therefore, you might want to use that early in the draw phase, standby phase. You can also keep it if the opponent has Cosmic Cyclone, for example, then you can chain it and get your water in the sky, off the sky, and you're not forced to use Arclight, so you can keep Arclight a bit longer on the field, and then the continuous effect can kick in. Depends on the matchup. So that's from the combos. As I said, with Venus and Majesty Hyperion, you're going to end on one less monster. That's usually the Fleur Hyperion. That's either in the graveyard or you're not going to make it at all. And you can then decide that you maybe want to go for Fleur instead, of Arclight. Now with the deck profile, there we have of course Triple Earth, only one Hyperion, it's a K card, but you rather want to have Majestic Hyperion, so this card is with Herald, and to have it as a monster that you can every turn recur. And Hyperion is more for the follow-up and going second if you discarded something with orange light, and it can be quite interesting, good. But it's more the follow-up to end turn 3 or 4. Of course we have Triple Venus, only 2 Neptune. You don't need more. It does not work too well with all the cards, so it can work of course with Venus and with Earth, but it don't synergize with your level 8. Therefore I only play 2. The first for the combos, the second is the follow-up. So you can, if you saw in the replay, search with water, your earth, and dump with Fleur. Hyperion, of course you cannot have orange light, arc light, not orange light, on the field when you want to do this, or face up on the field, so either you use that, so it's already in the graveyard, or you're going to book it with Pluto, that's not face up anymore. Then you can dump with Fleur your Hyperion, then you can flip your Arclight back again, destroy the field, and you're protected with Arclight. And do stuff like that. And of course, Neptune can reborn Hyperion. Then we have, for the consistency, of course, our Searcher card that also gains us life points. Something to keep in mind. It's pretty cool. Then Pot of Prosperity. Eatos is an interesting card. It's a level 8 fairy, and you can special summon it as long as you don't have monsters in the graveyard. So you don't really want to play too many hand traps. But alongside with Orange Light you can discard Eatos because it's a fairy, so it's not that big of a deal unless you're going to top deck it. And the effect of her, if you send a equip card you control, you don't play any, so that does not matter. Then you can banish cards from the opponent's graveyard. Or monsters, yeah, it's monsters, but we also have Majestic Hyperion that's doing the same. And it also has the nice effect that when fairy battles and the opponent takes the damage shot, that's cool with Shine Balls. The Punk Engine is there for the consistency, of course. With Triple E-Tele we can go for the standard Punk combo into Chaotic Ruler and then go into Halqifibrax, and that way we're going to fish for our card that we need. Maybe we dump Venus and get the Neptune or something like that. That's pretty good. And yeah, the E-Tele gives this deck more resistance. Plague is as our Halqifibrax target, as you saw. It's also level 2, so it's alongside with 8 is not too bad. Lost Sanctuary, pretty good card. You can also play more of that. I played a more back oriented version, so that's possible without the Punk Engine, but the Punk Engine is better. you can, for example, play with Trapdrake and Dinomicious, Ice Dragon, something like that. And Dinomicious is a level 2, therefore we can easily go into Zeus, and of course we run Zeus. It's pretty easy and good, also alongside with Venus. Venus cannot get stopped by Ash Blossom, that's good. That way we can decide if you want to go for more riskier move, for more better combo, or maybe going second just for Venus and play around Ash Blossom. Also if Venus get ogred, that's cool, we can reborn her with Neptune, and the monster that summoned by Neptune cannot get tributed. So all the Nibiru's don't work there, that's also pretty nice. Possible is as well, of course, to have Almirage, to stick that on the field, that we can protect Fleur, Hyperion, or our monster that we can go into Fleur, and do shenanigans like that. The second moon is quite important as your follow-up with Sanctuary or less Sanctuary, Sanctuary on the field. Then we can search out Earth instead of dumping something, that's also cool. And yeah, that's basically the deck. I think I talked about everything here. The second Majestic Hyperion, because we want to start with that, because it's more resilient in the way that even if we get stopped, that we can reborn it every turn. So, and of course that we can discard it with Orange Light. So that's from the deck profile, hope you guys enjoyed it, and once E-Tele gets semi-limited or limited, then the Punk engine will for sure get replaced. I don't know with what. Traps are maybe a bit too slow, maybe not good enough, but that's probably the first thing that I would try, something with Dinomicious. The second Lost Sanctuary that you can set with Lost Sanctuary, the second one, and then activate it and trigger Dinomicious on your next turn. And then set, of course, the water during your turn. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye bye.